Thanks, Matt.
On a much lighter note, Mike Leonard will be along in a few minutes to show us the lengths some people will go to just to make a connection. Each week on Leonard's Look, our Mike Leonard focuses on some unusual or quirky aspect of life in America. This time he had to go a long way to find his story, but we think it has a nice ring to it.
The lengths some of us go just to connect with another human being. Want me to take a ride to the middle of nowhere? No problem. Bounce my rented four-wheel drive down a teeth-jarring sorry excuse for a dirt road? You got it. Heck, you could ask me to journey out to the middle of the Mojave Desert, and I'd be only too happy to answer the call.
Hello, Mojave Desert.
You've reached the desert phone booth.
Good morning, you got the Mojave phone booth.
Once I took my turn, that is.
Yeah, how is it out in the desert today?
It's hot.
Here on the remote southeastern edge of California, 14 miles from the nearest pavement and a light year from common sense, where on this day, a half dozen people had gathered to take turns answering what surely has become the world's busiest phone booth.
Bye-bye.
Nick stayed here all night. So did George.
Ah, for heaven's sake. Now, my wife thinks I ought to get a life. But, but this is a life. I mean, we're here. Look at us.
A bunch of strangers
I'm doing fine. How are you?
talking to strangers
Oh, it's a popular spot.
from all over the U.S.
I'm calling from Denver, Colorado.
and half a world away,
No sprechen Deutsch.
as if we'd known each other all our lives.
Well, happy birthday.
As for the question of why a phone booth even exists out where God lost his shoes,
Originally, they had put it out here for the miners to call home or whatever.
Article in paper say local people come by and make phone calls to conduct business.
Locals. Nice phone booth, except it doesn't have any glass and it does have a couple of bullet holes.
as the story goes, it hardly ever rang. Until about a year ago when someone posted its number on the internet. Then came the newspaper articles and the TV reports. Now,
Been trying for days and days to get through.
Apparently, this is harder than trying to call Rush Limbaugh anymore.
Why do you think people are calling this phone?
Just to be silly.
and it gets even sillier when you learn that this isn't the only phone booth that people are calling.
Do you know the number to the Eiffel Tower?
I don't, but I know someone who does.
33 1 475 37568.
Mark Thomas is a New York City web page designer and the creator of this internet site listing payphone numbers all over the world.
You know, if I sit out on the street and try to talk to you, you'll think I'm crazy. If I sit here and call payphones, you may still think I'm crazy, but you'll answer the phone.
Near laundromats, on street corners, by mountains, outside of motels, wherever. If one rings, should we answer it?
Absolutely.
Why?
Maybe it's for you.
You know, the hardest thing in the world to do is ignore a ringing telephone.
No matter where it is. For today, Mike Leonard, NBC News, in the Mojave Desert.
I ignore them all the time. If you go past a phone booth in New York and it's ringing, do you answer it?
I do.
Do you
but
really?
I try to answer it with a Kleenex.
You don't touch it. A germ phobe. Do you answer
I
it?
actually have, in fact, in case it was an emergency, somebody trying to reach, but I actually
Usually
haven't
it's the
had
wrong number,
in-depth
don't you
conversations, right. It usually
Never.
ends quickly.
I
Never?
No,
Come
never.
on.
People definitely have too much time on their hands, don't you
Exactly.
think?
We're back after this.